So hello and welcome to another video, and today we're in a location that used to be, up to about 3 years ago, a lorry body shop repair centre. Also dealt with respraying lorries, changing the liveries to the lorries, maintenance on new lorries, and also VOSA inspections. The company moved to a different location, and this has just been left now. Let's go and have a little look round, shall we? So the first part of the building we're coming into now is really where the lorries would have been tested for VOSA inspections and things like that. As you can see here, we've got the pit that goes all the way down to check on the underside of the lorries. This is the other side. We've still got a lot of air compressor pipes and different things lying about. So the part we're coming into now would have been the stores, where they would have stored all the parts for the different parts for the lorries. If we come through here, we're now going into the offices, and as you can see, there is glass absolutely everywhere. Tiles have come down. We've still got the signs for when COVID was about. The glass is all broken. And these are all what we're into now. Be careful of wires hanging around. What we're into now is the main administrative offices. Vehicles in progress workshop. This would have all been the keys that they would have had for all the different lorries and jobs to do. We've got more offices here, look at this. Still got the desks here and everything. Incredible. Like I say, the amazing thing is about this place, we've got another offices here. And we'll go around to some more buildings. Some of the more offices and different places in a minute. So this is the main open. Still got the fire extinguisher there, the main open office. There's just debris everywhere. It's quite amazing how you could get a place like this that could be trashed in such a short period of time. This is the main entrance in to the company, where people would have come in, and to the reception would have been about here. Still got desks that are piled up. So like I say, you can't believe that this place was basically open just about up to about 3 years ago. But when you look at the place now, unfortunately vandals have really done a bit of a job on the house place. You see offices here. Let's go around and look at a few more, shall we? So now go upstairs. There's about 3 floors to this building, as you can see. Unfortunately, every single room has been trashed by vandals, which is a real shame, because I prefer to see the places as they should be, just intact, left. As you can see in here, it's just absolute carnage. The company that had all these premises is quite a large company, and like I said earlier on, what they would do is have a fleet of lorries a company would have, and they'd want their own liveries sprayed on the lorries, and so this company would do a lot of the work to respray them, vehicle testing. You see here, if we look out the window here, we get quite a bit of an idea about the size of the place. We can have a look at some more of the buildings next, shall we? So we just have a look at, this would have been an open plan office, and as you can see now, literally everything has been stripped out. Papers all over the floor, filing cabinets. But up to 3 years ago, this would have been a hive of activity here, with office staff, managers and people like that. But now, it's just been left. This would have been another reception area here. Again, as you can see now, unfortunately, it's absolutely been trashed. Which, as I say, is such a shame, because years ago it would have been lovely if people had just left it, and got people's names there who worked here. It would have been lovely if it had just been left, really, so that you got a better idea of how the offices actually would have been, rather than how it is now. But let's go and have a look at some more buildings now, shall we? So we now come out from, which would be the main workshop, which is just this building here. And we'll have a look in a couple of other buildings, shall we? The site is absolutely huge. And this site really was up and running right up from the early 50s, 60s, right up until about 3 years ago, where they moved to a different location. So this large building here that we're looking at now is one of several spray booths where lorries would have been driven in, and they would have been resprayed to whatever colour the customer wanted or whatever livery the customers wanted. If we go in here, you see we've still got quite a bit of stuff in here. The big fan chimneys, the extraction fans that were just taken out all the fumes. We've got a lot of cellulose paint still in here and different things. And this building, this room here, was where they would have mixed all the paint. As you can see, this bench is very, very old. Scan your parts. And then next door, if we have a look, so this building here is where the lorries would have come in, and all the lights and everything would have been used on the side of the walls we see here. These would have all been used to light up this room. I'll come back a bit. And this workshop to do all the spraying on the lorries. This building's not quite so old as a couple of the other ones. We'll have a look at another one now, shall we? So this is another large building that's probably been here a long, long while, longer than the previous one we just looked at. And as you can see, we come in here, it's quite light, and we've still got some lorry roof spoilers. I think that's what you'd call them. And just look at the size of this workshop. Just huge. And they'd have probably had different booths for the work they'd have done to the lorries, some of the body work they would have done, repairs and things like that. Still got compressors, air compressors that they would have used. Extraction pipe as well there. We've got another spray booth here. Still got the sanding pads there that they would have used to sand down the bodywork. There's quite a few little bits there, look. Quite a big area. Got the big doors here that would have allowed the lorries to come in. It's got that smell in here of cellulose and the paint and things like that. I think it just stays in the atmosphere forever. It's quite a nice smell, actually. Again, we come out here. Very light, this warehouse is. Again, imagine what it would have been like in a heyday. Hive of activity. Still got, look, just here, the sinks that they would have used to wash their hands. Go into another room here. And then this leads out to where we came in. But it's absolutely a massive site here. It really is. And again, just here, there's another part from a lorry or van, or looks more like a van part maybe. It's a bit smaller than a lorry. So we've got the fire extinguishers. Incredible. Let's look at another building, shall we? So we've got another really, really old building here. Let's have a look inside this one. This is a much older building than the main one we looked at. Again, you've got some evidence of the company, what they would have done at the tools board. Look, where all the tools would have had to have been neatly arranged, shadow board. Much smaller building, this one, but still very, very old. So we've still got evidence of a couple of tyres, probably a lorry tyre. And the site just keeps going. It's absolutely massive. If we come this way, we can see where we came from to begin with. The main office is here. And then the workshop beside the offices. And there would have been a lot of people working here back in the day. And as you can see, this would have been the car park, possibly for the lorries and staff who turned up for each day to come to work. Let's check out this building over here, last one. So we've got the last building to look around, and this would have been, I imagine, another administrative officers to do all the paperwork regarding the lorries and contracts and things like that. In the bathroom, toilets. Let's go upstairs, shall we? I don't think there's a window that's not been broken in this building. It's a real shame. Like I say, I wished they were just left a lot of these buildings to just decay gradually. As you can see in this room here, it looks like it's been hit by the Blitz. The walls of partition walls have been smashed in, and sort of in the desks where people would have worked. This would have been the main office, the upstairs open office. If we look outside, you get a real sense of how large this site would have been. This would have been the kitchen. We'd have made cups of tea and again we look round. I don't think there's a window that's not been broken, smashed. And if you look at these windows, the amazing thing is these ones are still, they're still all metal. So they must date back a long, long while ago. Possibly the 60s, 70s. So I think the thing that amazes me the most with these buildings like this is just the generations that would have worked here over time, and the people who would have worked in the body shop, spray booths, the reception. Generations of people, families would have worked here. And unfortunately now, the building's just left. Abandoned. Hopefully they'll build on the site and probably build houses here in time, but for now this is how this place looks now. So thanks ever so much for watching. Hope you liked the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care. Bye.